It's day 5 of our cruise on the Norwegian Escape, and had I known that we were going to do as much walking as we did for that day, I would not have jogged on the jogging track. Day 5, day 6, day 5. Getting off at Nassau. Being sightseers today. It's a busy day here. All those excursions. Go ahead, Al. Something we never do. Yeah, the photos left. Oh, you want to? Wish, the Escape, and the Independence. Going back on Disney soon. I can't wait. 5 ships in port. This is what you get. They're handling it well. Al's our tour guide for today. Who is this? We shall see. For my tour on my other channel. There's the excursions. Were these up before? Don't remember. We went in the straw market the last time. I spy a McDonald's in Nassau, Bahamas. Nice looking one too. Let's see what their fries and if they have the fried apple pie. See what it tastes like. The fries are good. No apple pie, but they only had the baked anyway, no fried. Alright, if you don't feel like paying for an excursion, either catch a cab or walk down to Junkanoo Beach. Very local, but seems to be very safe. That's Junkanoo to you. They have it for tourists, so this is cool. There's the pier, cruise terminal, and this is where we are. There's that lighthouse we always sail past. Obelisk at the Western Esplanade. That's what it is. I sure don't want you to get hurt. Be careful. Gotta cross when you can. We kind of dawdled a bit along the way, but after about a mile, we finally got to our destination, Fort Charlotte. Last time that we were here, they kind of focused on the straw market that's up there. And we didn't paid our money. And first we're going up on our own to take pictures of the harbor, and then we have a tour guide. All the way up here, do our pictures. Probably walked here a mile. The cruise ships are that way. Yep, they're over there. And there's Al. Okay. Ready for our tour guide. So this is a time capsule. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's what he was leading us to.
I didn't see that.
Going up here.
Yes, it remembers some soldiers who would have died.
Oh, okay.
Not to war, but of course to the yellow fever.
Ah, soldiers died of yellow fever. Walking into the fort now.
Yeah, I've been to Florida more than 10 times. The other one's from.
That's our guide, and he's going to tell us.
I was about to say, yeah.
It used to be a drawbridge, and now it's and that was the moat. No alligators.
So that once you cross this border, you would now be inside Fort Stanley with extra firepower against the French, Spanish, and of course the Americans. Don't worry, we're in good terms now. Especially after you got those nukes. You know we wouldn't want to fight you.
Yeah, right?
And of course you might be
Fort
wondering why we
Stanley.
needed these fortifications on such a hospitable place. Let's just say back then we were what they would call the scallywags. We would steal from people, and they didn't like that. So they started attacking us. And we built these forts to stop them from stealing what we stole from them.
I like that.
So finders keepers.
Yeah.
Go to the other side of the fort here. See what we got. The countryside. The rest of Nassau. All right, so Fort Charlotte is a British colonial era fort. It was built during the late 18th century by the British colonial governor, Lord Dunmore, who was not very popular with the local people. But the fort was never used in battle, and it was built to protect Nassau from the Spaniards. The fort was built under Lord Dunmore, who was kind of proud of storing the ammunition down here, but it was pretty damp. So while he might have been protecting it from being blown up, there was a possibility that the gunpowder was actually being ruined by the dampness.
Full of them.
Oh.
He was Scottish, so he wore those skirts, and we didn't really like that either. But
Lord Dunmore didn't like people of color.
Colonies around the Caribbean, he said, to the slaves, if you fight for me, I'll give you your freedom. So they fought, they lost, and they came back, of course, looking for freedom, and
They didn't get it.
they didn't. And then he did come through on his promise. He said he would free some of them.
Ah.
And guess how much he freed?
One?
Give you 2 hints. It's not in the triple digits, and it's not in the double digits.
10. No, you said 7.
I was saying 1.
8.
No, he freed 8.
How many?
Thousands of.
About to say, how many? Wow.
We have like 3 shorts.
Carnival Cruise had a jungle where here?
Yeah, so.
They rented the place out?
Pardon?
They rented the place out?
Yes.
Cool. For the fort to be from the 18th century, it was in pretty good shape. And yes, it was pretty damp down there. And they're trying to keep everything as restored or as natural as possible. But at the same time, to not destroy the natural building, the way it was built. But as you can see, there are railings and there are some places where you can step down so it could be safe. And they put some exhibits in there that you can see. But the actual feature of the fort is the fort itself. Within the fort are some interactive exhibits, and if you press the button, you will hear a story that's told of how the slaves or some of the soldiers who worked there, how they got paid, or rather, if they were paid at all. Go ahead, I'm going to see you duck underneath.
Oh, mostly plain. Water, so. Settle myself.
Alcohol is really good too.
This is the original part of the fort where we would, of course, have the guardhouse. This is basically the headquarters on the fort where they would stay. Right over here, we do have another lookout point if you do want to.
Oh, okay.
Talk here.
I didn't mean to disturb him. It's a curly-tailed lizard. And there he goes. Another lookout. Ahoy there! We're being invaded. There's the whole fort from that side. They took Visa here at the fort. So this was he says, a tuck shop?
Tuck shop, yes.
That's a snack shop and stuff. Oh, wow. A tuck shop. Who'd have thunk? We're allowed to go through here?
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, here we go. Another curly tail. You stay over there and I'll go this way. Sorry to disturb you all here. Watch your step. And more cannons. Some of these might be painted, they might be reproductions, but the fort itself is authentic. Wow. People signed their names. 1800 graffiti.
Yes.
As they were building it. Yeah, look.
Presently, when he presently done the thing, they didn't even.
Yeah, 18 something.
So don't
65.
So if you see something that says there, yes,
I see. Yeah. Now are these repainted or they're reproductions?
Reproductions.
Okay. So we did enjoy the tour guide. Even though it looked like you weren't getting a lot of historical facts, it was stuff that you could look up on your own. The anecdotes were better coming from the tour guide, and you can always look it up for yourself. But the information that we got from him, you're about to see what we got. I'm doing a little wrap up here. We enjoyed our tour. The young man was very personable. We're having trouble giving him a tip because we've got to bring cash off the ship. Ooh. Those look like part of the fort. Look like it's part of the beach. Extension of the beach here. So, as many times as we have been to Nassau off many cruises, we had never been to the fish fry. And that's DA, the fish fry. There are a lot of choices that you could make where you want to decide to eat. Our tour guide gave us a hint about where to go, where he thinks it's a bit more local than some of the establishments that are here, which might cater a little bit more to the tourist trade. But all of them actually kind of look good. It was early, so some of them weren't quite opened yet, but we eventually made it to our goal. They accept PayPal. I think it's closed, unless this is part of it. No, it can't be. He's got the menu out. I got the Bahama Mama, now I got the Sky Juice. I'm about to take a sip of it right now. Cheers. What did you get?
What'd you get?
This is the oh, what is that? That's chicken.
Wait, yeah.
I ordered this, but if we ordered wings, they look pretty good. So one local popular drink is Sky Juice, and we wanted the conch fritters. By mistake, the guy thought we also ordered chicken wings, so we ended up with conch fritters and chicken wings. Since you can't bring food like that back on the ship, we tried to eat as much as we could while we were there. Of course, we toured the restaurant, and I got a good look at the owner, and when I came out of the restaurant, I thought it was the owner, but it was his brother. How lucky were we? Okay, we're coming from the fish fry, the DA fish fry area. And we went to Curly's because it was recommended by our tour guide at the Fort Charlotte Fort. So, anyway, how did you like Curly's?
His Apple Pay said one name, other name told him. Curly's is good.
Hold on. We let this noise. Hold on. Let the noisy truck pass by. Okay, here we go.
Although I don't know what's called Curly's because my memory serves me correctly. The owner's brother was bald. So I'm just saying, why you call it Curly's?
Yeah, because Curly, people nickname Curly a ball.
Oh, I knew that. Yeah, that's right.
He knew that. He knew that.
But no, food was great. Definitely recommend it.
Yes. The conch had real conch in it, not chopped up with a whole bunch of bread.
Yeah.
You were actually chewing pieces of conch.
That's right.
So conch fritters, we recommend.
Hot and fresh.
Yep. So after eating fried conch fritters and an extra order of wings that we did not order, that we had to squeeze down, we definitely had to walk back to the ship. We walked along the shore again. This time we really walked along the beach boardwalk that was there rather than the street as far as we could. Got a little silly, let Al take a few pictures, and then we just decided to just head back to the cruise terminal. I ain't listening to a thing you saying. I don't want to hear. I saw you talking to her. Get from behind me. Margaritaville Resort was opened in 2021. It was a lot of years. It was a lot of years that they tried to build this. I remember seeing the construction that we would sail in, and I remember seeing the disruption along this street as we would sometimes take an excursion or try to walk down this way. As you can see, it's a nice looking plaza. It's along Junkanoo Beach, actually adjacent to it. and there seems to be a lot to do there. So, you know, it's here. We had passed by Cumberland Street as we were walking toward the fort, and I wanted to stop back by through there to see what this passageway was about. The Pirate Museum is down this block, and we have been to the Pirate Museum before. We might go back again. One year we came through Nassau, and it was very, very chilly, and we opted not to go to the beach, and we toured the Pirate Museum instead. So we kind of bypassed it today, and as we came at the end of the block, we ran into a church that I don't know why, but we had never been in before. We've done this, but I think we might need to do it again, because Al doesn't even remember that we did it. We are in a beautiful church. I love to see history. Beautiful church, well kept, new stuff. You can tell the floors are modern. Christ Church on George Street in Nassau, Bahamas. I believe it's Anglican. It's a cathedral. It was a beautiful cathedral, and we were glad that we stopped and visited and got a chance to see some more culture in Nassau. Yeah. We didn't go in. We haven't been in yet. And once again, we're going to have to delay going into the Pompeii Museum. We want to make sure that we will tour it like nicely and thoroughly. He thought he was kidding, but I'm sure this is true. Straw market. Used to be known for a lot of handmade stuff, but now there's a lot of imported goods here. Although it's still listed as the place to go in the tourist areas, but I was never impressed. Oh, thank you. Some nice stuff. If it's really hand carved. Is it hand carved here? Who knows? Okay. Coming back into the terminal. I'm sorry, so the music there. See a schedule. It was lovely. During the years that we were on lockdown, and then later on when we restricted ourselves in traveling a lot because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Nassau Cruise Terminal blossomed. We knew that it was being rebuilt the last time that we had been there before 2020, but when we came back through here somewhere around 2023 or so, we were pleasantly surprised about how it had been built. It is a nice terminal. If you do not feel like going all the way out in Nassau, although that's a crime, you really shouldn't do that. But if you've been here before, or you've been to everything, or you really don't feel like going anywhere, you could have a nice time by staying right here in the terminal. If you don't feel like walking the streets, come to the port marketplace. Here are the old ones, remember?
Yeah, to be painted, yeah.
Yeah.
Glad they kept it.
Yeah, they look a whole lot, you know. This is nice. Yeah, it's always here.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's Atlantis. Haven't been there in a long time because well, here comes the courtesy band if you don't want to walk all the way to the ship, or you can't. But anyway, Atlantis. See if I can bring it in focus. Can't get it in focus. It doesn't want to come in focus because it's so expensive. Anyway, $200 some odd for the day pass for the excursion. I'm good. And when we got back to get on our ship, instead of a red carpet line, we had a blue carpet welcome, and we had quite a nice welcome as we walked through the line there. So yeah. Oh, they did the painting here. And I can take a better picture.
Had the beverage package that Norwegian offers, which is part of your cruise fare, we decided to try the Skyline Lounge that was there.
Skyline, is this Atlantic City? Trying to see what Skyline this is supposed to be. Cirque du Soleil, something island, Treasure Island, Palazzo.
As you can see with the Skyline Lounge, it was
gambling
totally
area.
empty, which means that
I think it's
when people
Atlantic
are still
City.
off the ship, when
Or
the ship is in
Vegas.
port, you can visit other amenities on the ship
Right,
without them
Florida
being so
orange.
crowded. So we took advantage of the bake shop.
The strawberry. And the Cour de Guanaja.
The bake shop was nice, a little bit pricey, but we may or may not do it again, even though I do like macarons. If you can't get to the bake shop, or if it's closed, they sell the same exact stuff at the coffee shop, the cafe, in the atrium.
Bye, Independence of the Seas. Y'all were here when we got here. Yep, Carnival sailed out.
I don't know which one that is, but
That was the Pride. Oh, there were two carnivals.
yeah, the Glory and the Pride.
I think that's the Glory.
That's the. It's not a small.
Oh, then maybe that's the Pride.
That's the Pride because
That's
there's a
the
yellow
Pride.
slide.
Yes, okay, that's the Pride. We're the last ship here. Looks like Disney left before us. And way out there is the other Carnival ship, and then another Carnival, and another. And Royal Caribbean had already left. We were last man standing. People still boarding our ship. It's like 6:04, 6:03. We were supposed to be back on the ship at 6 o'clock. There's like boatloads of people still coming on. I think an excursion got back late.
So we had a great day in Nassau, Bahamas. We created our own excursion by walking to Fort Charlotte. We chatted with the locals. We went to the fish fry and ate at Curly's and enjoyed it, and then came back to the ship early so that we could enjoy some of the amenities without it being so crowded. We're the NYC Travelers, and we've been in Nassau, New Providence, the Bahamas.
Sun is setting.